All right, today we are digging into the secrets of the most influential player on the entire soccer field. We're going to dive right into Coach Nicholas Serenati's blueprint for building the modern number 10.
So, what really separates a good midfielder from a truly great one? I mean, it's a question every coach, every player, every fan asks, right? And the answer? It's not just about flashy skills. It's about this really rare mix of traits that allows one single player to basically run the whole show, to dictate the tempo and, honestly, the outcome of the entire game.
And this quote right here from Coach Serenati, it's everything. The attacking midfielder is trained as the cognitive engine of the team, not just a technical player. That idea is the absolute key. See, the modern number 10 isn't just some fancy playmaker. They are the team's brain. It's central processor. They're the ultimate problem solver, and they have to do it all in the most chaotic, high-pressure part of the field.
Okay, so let's get into it. The number 10 as the problem solver. We're going to unpack the framework for building this complete player, breaking down the traits that are totally non-negotiable if you want to turn raw talent into just undeniable dominance on the field.
So Coach Serenati lays it all out around 4 pillars. They're all separate, but they're totally connected. You've got the cognitive, the technical, the physical, and the psychological. We're going to walk through each one, piece by piece, and you'll see how they all build on each other.
And where do we start? Not with the feet. Nope. We start with the mind. Everything, and I mean everything, kicks off with that invisible work. It's the thinking that's happening at lightning speed before a player even gets a touch on the ball.
This is the bedrock of everything, cognitive speed. Think about it. The world's best players, they're not just reacting to what's happening. That's too slow. They're living in the future. They're anticipating the game. They already know their next 2, maybe even 3 moves before the ball is even close to them.
And this quote just hits it perfectly. Without cognitive speed, technical skill collapses under pressure. Just let that sink in. You can have the most insane skills on the planet, but if your brain can't keep up with how fast the game is moving, all that technique, it's completely useless the second a defender gets close.
So how do they do it? How do they get so fast mentally? Well, it's all about non-stop information gathering. The best players are constantly, and I mean constantly, scanning the field. They're checking over their shoulder, building and rebuilding a mental map of the game. Get this, every 2 to 4 seconds. It's relentless.
This simple habit, it's literally a superpower. Think about an average player. They get the ball, then they look up. By then, it's too late. The opportunity's gone. But the elite player, because they're always scanning, they've already seen the movie play out in their head. And that's what leads directly to faster decisions, a cleaner first touch, and this incredible confidence when they're on the ball.
Okay, pillar 2, technique. So now let's talk about how all that mental speed actually translates into mastering the ball. Because, once your mind figures out the puzzle, your body has to execute the solution. And it's got to be flawless, usually with defenders breathing down your neck.
Let's just look at the first touch. For most players, right, a pass comes into a tight spot and suddenly the pressure is on. It's panic time. But for an elite number 10, that first touch is a weapon. It's not just about stopping the ball. It's about making a defender irrelevant. It creates space out of thin air. The pressure, poof, it just vanishes.
You have to understand, the attacking midfielder lives in the most crowded part of the field. It's like rush hour traffic 24/7. They're constantly surrounded. So this ability to just stay calm, protect the ball, and solve problems while you're getting swarmed, it's not just important, it's non-negotiable. You panic, you lose the ball. End of story.
At the end of the day, their main job is to be the team's locksmith. They have to pick the lock of the defense. They have to see and make the passes that nobody else on the field even thinks are possible. We're talking about everything from that perfectly weighted little through ball to a huge cross-field switch that just completely flips the script on the defense.
All right, pillar 3, the body. So we've got the mind that sees the future and the technique to pull it off. But neither of those matter if you don't have the physical engine to power it all. This is the platform that makes everything else possible.
And for number 10, it's not just about being fast in a straight line. Anyone can be fast. It's about changing speed, explosively. That quick burst of acceleration, that's what gets you a yard of space from a defender. But here's the secret sauce, the ability to decelerate, to just stop on a dime. That's what gives you control, and it's what sends that defender flying right past you. And let's be really clear about this. The days of the luxury player who just kind of strolls around when the other team has the ball, those days are long gone.
The modern number 10 is a complete athlete. They have to contribute on both sides of the ball. That means pressing high up the field to win it back and having the discipline to get back and help the team's defensive shape.
And that brings us to our final pillar. Pillar 4, the heart. This is the one that really ties everything else together. We're talking about the psychological stuff, the mindset, the courage, the traits that turn a great player into a true leader, the kind of player who single-handedly decides games.
You see, the best players are always on the move, but it's not just random running. It's smart, courageous movement. They have this inner drive to constantly find those little pockets of space between defenders. Why? To make it easy for their teammates to give them the ball. They're always looking for ways to be an option, even when they're marked tightly.
And this is how they lead. It's not about yelling at people. Leadership is action. It's having the guts to demand the ball when the pressure is at its absolute highest. It's having the composure to organize your teammates in the chaos. And it's having that resilience to just grab the team by the scruff of the neck and drag them forward when the game's on the line.
So, becoming the complete number 10. When you take all these pieces, this lightning-fast mind, the perfect technique, an explosive body, and an unbreakable heart, and you fuse them all together, what do you actually get?
You get the complete player. And look, it's not about being a 10 out of 10 in just one of these areas. It's about being really, really good across all 4 pillars. That's the combination, that's the synthesis that creates a player who can genuinely take control of a soccer match.
And that, right there, is why this player is so incredibly valuable. They are the ultimate problem solver. They're the team's tactical brain, its creative artist, and its competitive heart, all rolled into one person. And ultimately, they're the ones who decide if their team wins or loses.
So, you've seen the blueprint. Now the real question is, who will you become? Because what Coach Serenati has laid out here, it isn't just a description of a great player. It's a roadmap. It's a guide for any player, any coach out there who wants to build greatness, not just admire it from afar. The blueprint is right here. The rest, well, that's up to you.